Welcome to Talk is Cheap, the show where laughter speaks louder than words. I'm your host, Rhonda, and it's freezing out here, but it's so warm inside. So let's go ahead and start the show. Watch this. You're going to be like so super impressed with this. This is high tech is what I'm saying.
Talk is cheap. It's overrated. My actions speak what I'm actually saying. In the end, what you do, that's gonna hang around. I said talk is cheap. It's overrated. My actions speak what I'm actually saying. Cause in the end, what you do, that's gonna hang around. Well, I've seen a lot of things. Well, I've said a lot of things. Don't amount to nothing, nothing, nothing. Well, I've heard a lot of things. Well, I've seen a lot of things. Well, I've said a lot of things. Don't amount to nothing. Oh, well, I've heard a lot of things. Well, I've seen a lot of things. Well, I've said a lot of things that don't amount to nothing.
Happy Tuesday and welcome to Talk is Cheap. It is episode 92. We are approaching 100 episodes. That's right. Can you believe we've made it this long? See, if we were a normal TV show, we'd get canceled, but we're not because we're live stream and nobody can cancel me so far. So that's why, or they just haven't figured it out yet. I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you one thing. We have an amazing show for you tonight. That's right. So if you're not watching, you won't even know I said that. Anyway, so here we are. We're here. I have my co-producer here, Alex, who will never be seen on camera. We also have the Chewy cam here. So let's see if we can just like boost it here a little. See how Chewy's doing. We're going to add him. There he is. There he is. There's the Chewster. And he's not like, was it last week that he just decided, no, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. And I'm just going to go in the other room and then I'm going to bark, hopefully, so you can hear me. But no, he's here tonight. And yes, Chewy has had his quiet moments. That's right. Let's just hope these things kick in. All right. They are kicked in so far. Let's just hope. Oh, wait a minute. There's a little movement. There's a little movement. You know, we want him to stay nice and quiet. That's what we're hoping for. Oh my gosh. Michelle says, yay, it's time for Rhonda's show. I hope we see Chewy, and then she saw Chewy. So yeah, you did see Chewy. And, but we have an amazing show. We have Bryan Kahatsu. You've heard of him, I think you've heard of him before. We have Leslie Robb and we have Eric OShea here as my co-host today. We're, like I said, it's an amazing show. I hope you guys are getting geared up, have had an amazing week. I can't even speak today. I'm going to start over. I hope you all had an amazing Memorial Day weekend. It was a little rainy here in Rhode Island. I'm not going to lie to you, but we still managed to have a great time. We had a birthday party here. My father-in-law turned 80 years old, and so we celebrated that. So that was great. So yeah, so I hope you guys had fun. And, you know, we're just going to, nobody wants to hear me anymore. That's all right. But you know what? I am going to show you a little peek right now of my co-host. Ready, Alex? Hit it.
Remember how dramatic you were when you pouted? We all did it, didn't we? You have kids that did it. Remember how dramatic your mom would be like on the phone? Get over there. I didn't do anything. Didn't even do anything. I didn't even do anything. Go to your room, please. Remember stalling? I forget where it is. Up the stairs, mister. I'm afraid of heights. Get up the stairs. I broke my leg. On what? The outlet. Get up the stairs. I'll do my best.
Oh my God. gosh, I could watch that whole thing. I've watched it a few times. I could watch it over and over and over again. It is so funny, you guys. That was just a little sneak peek. And guess what? You're gonna believe this. He's had over 25 million hits on his dry bar comedy and YouTube special worldwide, you guys. He's performed at the Emmys with Betty White. He received the 2021 Campus Legend Award because he has had 25 years in the college market. He has a new book out called The Richest Comedian You've Never Heard of. We're going to chat about that. And please welcome my guest co-host for the very first time. Very honored to have Eric O'Shea here, everybody.
Hey. Rhonda, how are you? I love you. Thank you so much for showing that clip. I just did that at the bank actually today. So it could work anywhere, the pouting. It's great. I need a deposit slip. You can only take how many's one? I forget. It's fun to do it. You still get away with it.
Yeah, it does sound like fun. Like I love to do that too, but I don't get away with it around here. I'm like, I don't want to do the dishes. Like I love it. I love it. So I have to ask you this: who was that? Who are you modeling besides Every Kid in America? Was there somebody maybe that you modeled specifically?
Yeah, I still do that myself when I want to get my way, and as I'm getting older, it never works. And the ladies still care for it. Check, please. So it doesn't really work. But I have nieces and nephews that will forever be young in my act. So the joke works. Wink, wink, wink. But I just think little kids are a riot. We all did it. It's universal. We all got away with it. I've always modeled myself. I love observation. So, Jerry Seinfeld, Bill Cosby, and when he did his himself special, and I know the Bill Cosby thing is, you can go back and forth on saying that, but as a comedian, he was someone I modeled myself after. I was just amazed in his special how the lights would turn. Did you ever notice they turned from like blue to red to green, and like you don't even notice you're caught up in his stories? So yeah, to imitate a kid is it's kind of universal, and I love to do it.
Oh, and you're so good at it. You're amazing at it. Really. I mean, I thought you were like 5. I did. It was great.
Yeah, everyone feels young again. Everyone, everyone's got kids or they remember when they did. And I think it's sometimes we forget about how kind of innocent we were. It's nice to bring that back.
It's fun. It's so fun. Your dry bar special is amazing. So anybody who hasn't seen, or even if you have, watch it again, because I've watched it more than once. I'm not going to lie. If you have not seen Eric's dry bar special, you need to do that. And right here, you can, right in our comments right now, you can see his dry bar special, drybar.com/Eric. That's how you can get to it. It's on YouTube as well. The dry bar app. Make sure, and on the dry bar app, you can actually tip. I mean, that's kind of nice, if you want to tip Eric, right? And just by sharing it too is nice. We like that. So definitely, I urge you guys to do that. And Eric, you wrote a book. And I'd love to hear about your book.
Oh, thanks, Rhonda. It is one of the hardest things I've ever done. If everyone ever says, you should write a book, everyone wants to do it. Oh, my goodness, from the spell check and the proofreading to the borders and everything you have to do. It was probably the most rewarding thing I've ever done. And it just so happens I have a little cover right here called The Richest Comedian You've Never Heard of. That's me on the cover. And I'm doing a little photo thing here, a little promo, not to be confused with the other author, Eric O'Shea, the rowdiest comedian you've ever heard of. Lucky's breaking windows, every story, flipping tables. I don't recommend the book. I wanted to write an autobiography / inspirational little memoir, so to speak. I guess that's what you call it. I'm kind of new to the writing business myself, but just to help people live their best lives. And I think when a comedian writes a book, they're always saying things like, is it funny? Is it funny? Or like, are there jokes in there? I think it's humorous. I mean, you're going to hear stories of how I almost had a little poop accident in the Lincoln Tunnel, kind of stuck there. Inside, nowhere to go, and you'll go buy it, and you'll see how I got out of it, or did I? But it's all my adventures on the road, from America's Got Talent, my experience there. And I worked at the Emmys, and even staying at the 6th most haunted house in America by myself, not like a Days Inn. It was in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So it's nothing like there's a front desk and there's like someone always walking in the lobby or something. This was, you're in a house, and it's like literally like Shaggy's like wow, Scoob, like there's a ghost, like run for your life, Scoob. I'm doing hits right now because everybody's Scooby. In a second, I'll go, hey. So you can use that in your act. It's my new closer. So, yeah. But I tell the story of how I went to the battlefield. I had to go by myself. And, well, I'll just let you find out for yourself. But the inspirational part is I wanted people to not make the same mistakes I did, whether it's comedically, relationships, as a person. I have a favorite chapter entitled the 3 greatest things for a rewarding life, not successful, but rewarding. And in a real nutshell, the first one is to believe in yourself, become your best friend. The second one is choose joy over happiness, because happiness is contingent on something. You know, oh, if I had another job, I'd be happy. If I meet the love of my life, I'll be happy. If I get rich and famous, joy is something in here. So if you count your blessings every day and build your life on a foundation of thankfulness and humility, you are all set. And the third thing is to help people that can't help themselves. Find one person in life to help. Just one. There's so many people that need you. Never be afraid or intimidated by how powerful you are. And sometimes we forget that. So if you liked that little tidbit, I encourage you, pick up the book. I always say I didn't reinvent the wheel. I just kind of reinforced the wheel. So I think it's something that everybody will get something out of. And if you don't like it, I will double your money in a refund. I hope the tips come in, because I'm going to need a lot of money. But no, it was one of the hardest things I ever did. Probably one of the most rewarding things I ever did. So pick it up. The richest comedian you've never heard of. Rich meaning in here, not so like little plans. Yes. But I hope you pick it up, and I just hope it makes a difference in your life.
Well, they can order it tonight, right after the show, because it's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. Yep, it's on Amazon. It's doing really well. The ratings, and I'm kind of getting used to those. It's like you see another rating pop up. Please, I hope you liked it. There are 5 stars. Because, you know, your vitamins, they don't work. I feel terrible. And I'm like, this book won't make you feel terrible. So you're kind of putting yourself out there. But I had to tell the story of not just what decisions I made in life, but why. Why did I not go to Hollywood? Why did I choose the college market? Why did I not choose this avenue when I chose this one? So if I can help somebody find their way comedically, or just in a relationship or whatever, just to help them navigate, avoid a few pitfalls I did. So it's a vulnerable book. It definitely tells how hard it is to travel. I know you've been traveling, but 70 cities a year for 28 years. So if you do 2 planes and a rental car and then drive, shower, sound check, nap, show, that's 1. Then you got a reverse course, take 2 more planes to Orlando, Florida, rental car, 2 more planes to Presque Isle, Maine. That's 3. So it's like to do 70 schools a year. You're not in a band. You're not with other people you can hang with. You're an island. You know, you work a club, you got an MC feature and headliner, and usually you can kind of write with them or just shoot the breeze and stuff. You're kind of out there. So I'm very, very thankful to God for what he's able to bless my life with.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, and that's a long time to be doing that too. 25 years in that market. And I mean, you know, what's really cool, Eric, is that you can be in that market and still be relevant. Like that says something right there, because I'll tell you right now, I would not work in a college market, because they would be like, why is my mom on stage? You know what I mean?
No, it's funny. I remember starting out and I'm like, I used to love Parents Weekend because the parents were so much older than me. Then I kind of hit their age and I'm like, well, I'm still okay. Now they're kind of in their late 40s and I'm not anymore. So I'm like the oldest guy in the room now. But fascinating. You know, I never wrote for colleges. I don't know how you would do that. I remember I headlined Atlantic City, and the guy sent me right out to Vegas to headline the room out there at the Tropicana. And he was kind of a mafia guy, and he goes, "I'm warning you right now, kid." He goes, "Don't do any of that college stuff. Don't do any of that frat stuff, beer drinking, cakes." I said, "That's not what I do." But so I don't really write for colleges. It's like what you just saw in the clip. It's everyday stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It takes us back to memories. I like talking about things that you'd never think of behaviorally. And this is just a weird observation I had today. Like, if you ever notice, the more you say "go ahead" to someone, your voice gets higher and higher. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like, "Want some pizza? Go ahead. You sure? Go ahead." The big piece? Go ahead. Eat the whole thing. You can just odd things you wouldn't think of. I always say I'm not a writer, I'm a performer. And I tried to steal a little bit from some of the greats. I watch people in suits on the late night shows, and they just stand there and talk. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the heck they do that, but I need to do the song and do voices and impressions and manipulate situations. And it's always been something I've done since I was a kid. So.
Yeah. Now, did you ever do improv at all?
I didn't. And, Bryan is amazing at it, one of the guests on the show today. And I watch people, and I'd like to try it. I think it's a different beast. I think it's something where, to think on your feet, I like to be a little more prepared. I think I'm embracing it a little bit more, though. I'd like to try it. And then this happens too. And I'm just going to put it out there like this. When you reach kind of a certain, I put in quotes, level, and then you put yourself out there as an improv comic, and you just did a show. I remember I did a college show, and this improv group opened for me, and they wanted to do something after the show and keep the students there. And they're like, "Eric, you got to be on stage." And I'm like, "No," because you just had like a pretty good show.
Right.
Pick a color, pick an occupation. I'm like, a mauve plumber. They're like, it wasn't it? Look, I'm frozen. No. So, but I like doing the bizarre stuff, the really weird stuff, just to keep people on their toes. And like I said, I'm very thankful that the students graduate too. That helps me a lot, because if I corporate crowd and those employees are there for 20 years, they're going to hear a lot of the same stuff. So when the students graduate, I get a whole new flock that's never seen anything I've done, and it makes you stand out. So, but I'm thankful. 28 years in this business, and I just consider myself blessed. I mean, I didn't do any of it. It's just a blessing. So.
Well, you had to do, definitely, God gifted you, but you had to work at it, and you've done just remarkable. I actually met you before you even knew I met you, because I just heard you on Rick Roberts' podcast. So yeah. That's why I felt like I knew you a little bit. And then of course, Bryan's like he thinks like he's your best friend and stuff. I teasing Bryan right now.
No, I tease him all the time. I say, "Bryan, I'm a little disappointed. He used to look up to me." And then I say, what happens over time? I have my idols kind of that I used to, and I use Bryan. I'm not saying I'm your idol if you're out there in TV land or internet land, but no, there are people that you kind of look at, and then when you start to develop your own style and get a little heat on you, I'm not saying the bloom is off the rose, but a little bit of it is, it's kind of like you walk in like, "Hey, Bryan, remember me, the guy that you used to follow around like a puppy dog?" Then the guy killing it out there. He's a great man, a great father, a great husband. He's got his own thing going on. And I think at the same time, we've done this because I'm doing things that I couldn't have done in 28 years. I'm going bowling. I'm playing darts. I'm going out for a beer. I'm going on dates. I'm going to happy hour. Things you can't do when you do 70 schools for 28 years, because you're always gone. It's a sacrifice to your. So I'm rewarding myself with things that you guys do every day, which is kind of neat. And part of me is like, I'm playing bocce, and you guys are like, "So?" And I'm like, "No, it's really fun. You should try it." Volleyball. Yeah, we're in one. No, but it's great. You got to try it. Like, I'm discovering normal things. You ever drink a water? You're like, "Yes."
That's crazy. Hey, first of all, Michelle said that sounds like a great book. So Michelle, order that right now. And Alice, you should order it too. Your book sounds like you are a caring person. You navigate with laughter, which is necessary to persevere in your spiritual journey. You are correct, Alice. So you are right on. You are right on. Hey, so Eric, we are gonna keep this show moving on, Eric. Okay. So we're gonna bring up our next guest right from the beach. She's directly from the beach. She's a comedian, an encourager, a teacher. Her mission or ministry is to use her comedic performances as encouraging messages and life-changing lessons to combat today's toxic society. Please welcome back Leslie Robb, everybody. Here she is.
Hey guys,
Leslie's
super
here.
Excited to be back. And
right from the
house.
right from the. Leslie, we were talking about this. Bryan had brought up during the sound check that every time you're never home, and so we don't know if you are a nomad or what's going on with you.
I promise I have a home. I promise that. It's just I'm never there for your show ever. It's so crazy.
You've never been there. You've been in other people's homes. You've literally you've been in schools because she teaches, Eric, so that's why.
I'm not breaking in schools after hours.
we'll clarify that for all you people that are watching. Too funny.
Yeah, and now I'm literally out of the state, so it's like,
you're in a different state. Go ahead, Eric. You were going to say something.
No, I was going to say she's killing it out there too. She's doing so well, and she said she's out of the state. I just went to Gila Bend. Is that how you say it? Gila Bend. I don't know why the island. It really annoys me because we don't say I was in Gilbert. No, we don't. Where are you now, Leslie?
I'm in Jersey Shore. Can you believe that?
Beautiful.
Jersey Shore. Yes, it's actually gorgeous. I'm super excited. Like literally, you can see the ocean legit right there when you wake up in the morning. Can't beat it.
I grew up in New Haven, Connecticut, and New Haven, Connecticut is on Long Island Sound there. But we used to go to the Jersey. It's just beautiful. Enjoy yourself. But get some seafood. I'm so jealous right now.
I will have to get some seafood. Yes, for sure. I love me some seafood. So.
Okay. Eric,
no allergies on this side.
You guys have to come to Rhode Island. We have a lot of seafood here. Just saying.
I always wanted to visit Rhode Island, so that's on my bucket list for sure.
One of the stomach stories in my book, I was at Salve Regina. So
Newport.
Before the show, which didn't digest, and I had a half hour to go. So I understand and. They're like, what's wrong with this guy? Is he going to have an attack while he's on the show now? Will we have to lie? Oh, no, I'm teasing. I'm just, no.
Oh my God. I was like, oh man, you poor thing.
No, and there's nothing wrong with me. It was just one or two instances. But Leslie, I know, and I know Rhonda, Rhode Island very well, University of Rhode Island, and so Newport's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen parts of Rhode Island, like just on a map, but it looks nice. It looks like it looks,
here's Rhode Island on a map. There, it's right.
Yeah.
June says it's the amazing Leslie Robb, and Alice is welcoming you. And Michelle says, "Does Leslie have a place to live? I have an extra couch if you need a place to look." Everybody's looking out for you.
That would be amazing, Michelle. Could you imagine us as roommates, Michelle? They wouldn't know what to do with us.
I think that is a sitcom waiting to happen. Anyway, Leslie, you have some tips for us today. You're here to bring us some useful information on how to
overcome your need to please people.
No people pleasing.
Yes, people pleasing. You want me to go now, Rhonda?
I want you to go ahead. Okay. You go.
I'm gonna go. I'm just jumping in right now. Okay, so our need to please people whether we want to admit it or not, is a thing. Like, we say all day long, girl, I don't care what they think. I don't be caring what they think. Yeah, we do. We care what they think. All right. Well, and sometimes it's often hard for us to admit it to ourselves or be honest with ourselves, but we do. All right. And it's something that we can overcome. It's just like in anything else, it's a mental battle. So mentally, you have to program yourself with 5 tips I'm going to give you. Okay. These are just 5 of many tips. All right. But 5 important ones that will really help you to combat. All right. All of that's going up in the brain, in the mind, or whatever, when it comes to people pleasing. All right. So we ready? Number 1. All right. Number one, recognize that your needs matter as much as everyone else's. Okay. That is essential. Like, seriously, like, we have to get to the point that, yeah, okay, especially as in the whole Christian realm, a lot of times we put ourselves on the back burner because that's the Christian thing to do. Nah, bruh, that ain't the Christian thing to do. That's, almost the crazy thing to do, because we can't be any use to anybody else until we help ourselves and get to where we need to be. So recognize that your needs matter just as much as everybody else's. Like that, whole airplane thing. Put your mask on before assisting others. So you got to make sure you all together right here before you try and help everybody else. Number two. All right. Set boundaries without guilt. Remember that boundaries are kind and helpful. So I know that sounds kind of weird, but set boundaries without guilt. And you have every right to say no. Okay. That is beyond, that is the one thing with us people pleasers and you know what? I don't want to say people pleasers as in a sense of like, it's a bad negative thing. It's not always a negative thing, because that means you have a heart and you love people. Mm-hmm. And it's not all the time a selfish thing where you just want to be liked by everybody. Sometimes you're just a good person and you want to be nice, but you have to understand that there's boundaries to that. Like, because if not, people are going to run you ragged to the point where that kind and helpful person that you want to be isn't going to exist anymore, and you aren't going to be any good to anybody else. So that's why it's so essential to set boundaries. Number three.
You got that? Boundaries, Eric. Boundaries.
I got it.
All right.
I went to fix the light. As soon as he said brownies, I'm like, what? Hand off the light.
Boundaries. All right. Number 3. Pay. Okay.
Live authentically. Okay. In alignment with your beliefs and interests. So don't change what you believe and don't change what you're interested in to fit somebody else. So like, it's like, oh, Rhonda girl, let's go shopping. Let's go to Macy's. But I don't really like Macy's. I'm only going to Macy's because I know Rhonda likes to go to Macy's and I want to make Rhonda happy. So I'm only going to go to Macy's to help Rhonda. I don't even like Macy's. To me, I can't even really, it's just never been something I'm interested in. So if that's the case, I know, Rhonda, I'm killing you right now. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry, girl.
All right. Ow.
But it's one of those things where we tend to change what it is we believe or what we're interested in to fit everybody else because we want to, make them feel loved, make them feel whatever. But again, it goes back to number 1, making sure that you recognize that your needs matter too. And there's nothing wrong with compromise. Again, boundaries. Right. So Rhonda, hey, let's go to Macy's this week, but do you mind next week if we go to the blah, 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 blah. So there's that give and take, which is number 4, give and take. Number 4, maintain a give and take in relationships and limit time with takers who don't reciprocate. Okay, so that's exactly the same example I just gave. Hey, me and Rhonda are going to go to Macy's this week. Next week, Rhonda girl, let's hit up Burlington, or whatever it is that you're compromising in. And then if Rhonda's like, no, I'm a Macy's person and we're going to Macy's. Well, guess what? Rhonda can go somewhere and sit down. Because yes, that's not going to be a thing. So you got to be careful with the ones that's like take it. It ain't giving. Okay. Right. And last one, number 5.
Number 5.
All right. Accept that you can't control what others think of you. That is should be the end all and be all. Accept that you can't control what other people think of you. It doesn't matter. I know it. Like that is something that is so simple. But literally, it's the one thing that hit me over the head a few years ago when I was struggling really badly with it. It's like, dude, I can't control what they think. They gonna think what they want to think. People are gonna talk about you whether you do good or whether you do bad. So you might as well just do you and be authentic about it and put all 5 of those together, and you can overcome that people pleasing. You can overcome it, y'all.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's amazing. Thank you for that.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Leslie, that is so, and it's great just to try to think of that and to put those, you know, when you hear somebody, I mean, like you said, we can compromise, but when somebody is draining you, and just taking the life, sucking the life out of you, that's not
literally, yeah. It literally messes with your whole persona. Like literally, it messes with your mental health, your emotional well-being. And that's a lot of times what we tend to think is like selfish, is like when we're trying to take care of our mental health and self-care. Self-care is not selfish. I know that sounds so cliche, but it's true. It's not. Dude, do what's best that's going to help you stay a whole person and not, you know, compromise who you are. So
that's awesome, Leslie.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, well, even with just learning and growing, I mean, Leslie, that's amazing. I love how you speak for what's happening now. But yeah, I mean, learning and growing is what this world's about, and your life's about.
So true.
If you're just not, I mean, everyone has a bad day here and there, but if it's a consistent habit that you're doing this, you're also not. Because I remember I teased Bryan and I say he's doing really well out there. And I'm like, did I do something wrong that he doesn't want to have chips and salsa with me? So then I find myself outside on his front lawn. Maybe I didn't love that as often as I could. You were always you were always on.
Bryan loved you, Eric. I tease him all the time. I tease him all the time.
Didn't love.
Bryan's getting double teamed tonight.
I know, this is fun. Actually, I'm enjoying this so much. Leslie, you're awesome.
You're great. Thank you for those tips.
Everybody in the comments, everybody was talking about it. John Peters, Alice Green, Tom Hoyes, Donnell Cooper, Michelle Van Dusen, they're all giving you some love. So thank you so much for those tips. We needed to hear them. We need that reinforced in our brains. And I want you to come back, not because I'm trying to people please you, just because I genuinely love you and I think you're awesome.
Great. Well, we're glad to do it anytime.
All right, Leslie, take care and have fun at the beach.
Love you, Leslie.
Bye.
Oh my goodness, she's awesome. She's the best. She is. Hey, you know what time it is now? It's time for Reunited, and it feels so good. We're gonna bring them up, but first, we have a little clip to show you the awesome Bryan Kahatsu. Hit it, Alex.
Just to kind of clear up something, I am half Japanese, half Caucasian, so I do appreciate you guys speaking Spanish to me in the parking lot. No means no, both languages, whatever. Okay. No, I get Mexican all the time, but some people say I look Japanese when I laugh, which... I don't see it. It's crazy. I got pulled over by a cop the other day. He was looking at my ID. He goes, Kahatsu. That's Asian. You're Asian? Yes, sir. Can you prove it? Oh, again, I'm stuck. Still got the ticket.
Oh my goodness. He hails from Arizona. He's a comedian and award-winning video producer. He has a dry bar special that will be out in the near future. He is one of the hosts on the live stream Morning Laughs, and he's known best, of course, for his regular appearances on Talk is Cheap and as Eric O'Shea's best buddy. Please welcome Bryan Kahatsu.
I knew it. I knew he was gonna do something. I knew it. What are you?
I can't put it down. Literally, it's stuck in my hand. I can't put it down.
What are you reading?
I feel left out. I guess I better order that right
Rhonda,
away.
everybody's reading it.
I know. I heard. I I'm not going to try to people please, but I want to please myself. It's for my own self-care that I'm going to read that book, Eric OShea. Just out of curiosity, is it an Audible? Is it an Audible book? Can you get it on audio?
Please, I barely got it in print. I could read it now, and just that'll be my audio. No, read it first, and then just see, and we'll get into the audio later. I'm just
all right. Then you can. All right, I will get. I just asking, but maybe you can read it to me over the phone or something.
I think Eric, you're willing to read it. You're playing bocce ball now. You're doing all kinds of weird things. But why not read Rhonda?
It's amazing. I'm picking flowers outside. I'm like, yeah.
That's awesome.
Rhonda looked a little skeptical on that, but
Eric, I do have one question for you, Eric. On page 110, if you're reading along, the paragraph, wow, that was so random. You talk about how you don't like to read and that you don't retain things. And you use the sentence, Jack ate an apple. Who ate the apple? A, Tom, B, Jack, C, Bryan, or D, Phil. Is that a shout out to me? Because I took it as that.
They didn't want to put Bryan K because it wouldn't match up with the other ones that just had a first name. So I had to stick with just Bryan. But we all know who for.
This is just a little bromance going on here on Talk is Cheap.
Yeah. So Rhonda, when you said, "Hey, I'm having Eric on. Do you want to be on the show with him?" I thought this is going to be pretty much 45 minutes of compliments back and forth.
Yeah, I guess, and I'm not involved in those compliments. It's all right though. It's okay.
You will be now, Rhonda.
All right. Well, whatever. Maybe I will. I don't know. Chewy is okay. This is what's going on. Chewy is, I'm gonna add him to the stream. There he is. He's awake. I think the quiet moments don't work on Chewy anymore. I'm just saying. He's So that's what's going on right now, and isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely?
That's me on Saturday.
That's
me on a Saturday. Right, barking.
You're breaking up just a little bit, Eric. You're
I am a little.
That
was no.
Still about the same, huh, Bryan?
Yeah. To be honest, I think it's Chewy.
I think
I do. I think.
Well, I'm in Gillivan right now, so I'm in an abandoned house. These doors are actually on the floor. I'm nailed to the wall, so.
Look at what everybody's comment. Chewy upped his tolerance. Chewy needs a little something extra. I don't know. So this is where I abandoned my show. And Bryan and Eric, you can take over for a moment. How's that?
That's right.
I know what you're gonna do. So let me just start by saying again on the book, and I don't want to be one of those guys, but Eric, this book is fantastic. I know there's a lot of comics that watch this. You really should read this because if you've ever wondered about the college market, Eric, you put it all out there.
Thanks, man.
It's all out there. It's all in there, man. So
we go back on this, and you were saying things like you never knew you traveled that much, and that's what I was trying to tell Rhonda up front. And you know this too. Like the first thing you got to do is really just make sure. I mean, it's a sacrifice doing this. If you want to do this full time, and man, it's no joke. I mean, you got to really throw yourself in.
Yeah, I'm going back my second time reading it with a highlighter, just so you know. So I have been highlighting as I go. So yeah,
you sign a copy for me and send it back.
You never signed my copy yet, so we got to meet up so you can sign it.
I know
it's like a year. It's like a yearbook. I need you to sign it like a yearbook. Hey man, it's been great knowing you. And
well, that's my other option for the cover. I was just going to kind of do that.
Oh my gosh! All right, so we're gonna see if my little friend settled down or not. I think he might have. I don't know. We don't know.
Working.
We don't know.
He's okay.
We'll see. So far, we're so good. Alice wants to know what you did during COVID.
I wrote the book, and I really just learned how to do it, and I did it, and I did a little soul searching and see what I want to do with kind of the second half of where I am now and stuff. And I'm just enjoying it. And I encourage everybody to do that. Just take a pause. I mean, I know you're stuck inside. It's no fun. And that could be a whole different environment. Everyone's crowded in the same house. But just take a moment to breathe and just take a moment to figure out where you're at, what you want to do. And because life will open up again. And you need to get out there and just hit it hard. Do the best you can.
Definitely. And things are starting to open up. I know, Bryan, you just got to travel. You just did a little traveling with the family.
I'll tell you what I miss the most. It's people watching. It's one of those things you used to do at the mall or at a restaurant or a store. And we went to Universal Studios Orlando and just had a blast walking around, and so all kinds of people from all over the country. So it was great. So we're exhausted. We just got home, still getting used to the time change again.
Mm-hmm.
It's been hectic over here. We had started off with Rhonda, your stay here in Arizona before your dry bar, and then it was then immediately into graduation for my son, then the trip, and then my daughter turned 16 on the trip, and we're back home. And then tonight I'm going to have a house full of teenage girls because my daughter is having a sleepover tonight, and then they're all going golfing tomorrow in the morning. So it's been hectic. So who needs sleep?
Exactly. What is sleep? I don't know. I'm finally starting to catch up on my sleep a little bit. So because it was kind of crazy for a little while there. So
it takes a lot out of you. That's why Eric is finally, after 25 years, taking a small break, so he can take a nap every once in a while.
I need it, man. And hey, these kids are getting older there. I've known Bryan so long, and he's like, my son and my daughter, they're on we got to get Bryan out, and I'm wearing my Tequila Es Mi Amigo shirt. If there's any road dollars that can crack that code, speak Spanish. Bryan, are you Asian? Prove it, my friend.
Oh my goodness.
Tequila is my friend. So there you go.
We can go out. We could do something. Rhonda, you're coming too. This whole thing has been, like this with me and Bryan on the screen. You're coming with us, but
I think, you guys need a sister and sister act right here.
Yeah.
I think I fit in great.
And Rhonda, I don't know if you talked about it on the show, but for those of you watching, Rhonda, when she came out to Arizona, she wanted authentic Mexican food. So comedian Mike James said, I know a place. So he took us to, I'm not kidding you, he took us to south of where normal people live. In the middle of the desert, there was these food trucks, but that serve Mexican food. It's very authentic. The man there, we got like drinks that were in bottles, and the guy with his calloused hand just it was quite the experience.
I wanted to order more drinks just so I could watch that, because I've never seen it.
The food was good, wasn't it, Rhonda?
The food was good. The food and the company was good. The food, the company, the atmosphere was, okay. But the food was good.
Yeah.
And
you'll remember that for the rest of your life.
I will always remember that.
It's all about making memories.
Only the best for me. That's what I was like, who needs 4 walls and a roof when
it's overrated?
You have a tent on the side of the road made out of plastic. I was like, oh, you guys are getting all fancy for me.
Yeah. And we're not even talking about the flies yet. So
we're not going to talk about the flies or the 100-degree temperature. We won't talk about that either. But it was a dry 100 degrees.
True, but you're not coming back anytime soon. So
no, I'm not invited back, which is hurtful.
Not in the next 2 months. You're not coming back.
I don't want to come back.
I mean, the tickets are like $20 to come here, but leaving will cost you thousands. So.
Wasn't fair. Can we move on with another story, please?
Well, you're there. You get the 100.
I squirted the salsa in my mouth, and then it was like they don't even. No, I wasn't there. Can we? God, my selfish. I've got to stop.
Oh my goodness, Eric! He wouldn't take me to meet you. He wouldn't take me to meet you because he was just That's all, Eric, but he's just afraid that we were going to be friends and that would just take away from Bryan. So.
Eric, I cannot tell you how many times Rhonda and I during the pandemic would be talking and then I would mention you and show the book because I was reading it. And she'd be like, okay, all right. You love the guy. I said, yeah, I love the guy. He's the best.
For real. He is not kidding. He's not kidding, Eric. I'm like, oh, for crying out loud. But anyway,
I'm more than a friend, Eric. I'm a fan.
He's a fan. He's fanboying.
Fanboying.
He's fanboying, and he's having a bromance right here on Talk is Cheap. But you know what else we do here on Talk is Cheap?
I do know what we do, because just so you know, Eric and all you guys watching, this is my how many episodes have you done, Rhonda?
This is episode number 92.
Episode 92, and I've been on the show 115 times.
That's unbelievable.
We don't even know how it's possible. He's done it. But are you ready, Eric?
Dairy Queen again, the new guy at Dairy Queen again.
Eric, are you ready? Are you ready, Eric O'Shea, for this segment called You've Got Game? And today's game is my favorite game of all time, called Go Fetch. Yes, that's right. We brought it back just for you, Eric O'Shea and Bryan Godzill.
I wish I would have known. I would have worn pants.
Oh, I think this is a good time to put some on. So what we're going to do, we play this on our very first episode, mind you. I hope you're kidding. Because remember our first episode, Jonas Woods had on pajama pants. He didn't realize I was going to make him get up and go get stuff. Mm-hmm. But that's what you're going to have to do. I'm going to name something, a category, Eric O'Shea and Bryan Godzill, and my scorekeeper here. Here's the scorekeeper. Give it up for the scorekeeper. Selling masks. Selling Talk is Cheap masks. This scorekeeper, he's ripping you off here. Buy a book. What? All right. I can count 1, 4, 10. You can 2, 2, 2. Very good, scorekeeper. Of the official Scorekeeper book, endorsed by Count Dracula. Okay. All right, Scorekeeper, you've had your moment. No. So this is how we're going to score. We're going to score you on. I hope the Scorekeeper is going to remind me how we're scoring.
There he is.
Where are you, Scorekeeper? Are you going to remind me how we're scoring? We have a 3-point system, right?
Yeah.
3 points. Oh, you're going to get a point for your story and your speed. So how quickly you bring the item back and the story behind the item. You're going to score it on. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And who knows? There might be surprise points. Who knows? And Alice Green loves the Scorekeeper. Loves the Scorekeeper. All right. Are you ready? All right. So you get up. You have to get up out of your seat and leave and get your first item. You're going to be, remember, speed and your story. Okay. And of course, originality, right? Wasn't it originality too? All right. Okay. Yes. All right. All right. So are you ready? The first item you are going to get is purple. Please go fetch something purple. Go ahead, Eric. Eric's sliding. Oh, very good. A purple night.
Man, thank goodness my daughter is lazy and doesn't pick up.
What is that? Okay, all right. Bryan, since you were first, you have to explain your item, where it came from.
My family, my wife and my daughter are soccer fanatics. My daughter plays soccer on several leagues. This is one of the balls that is constantly in the house, in the way, and I kick it every day. And currently, right now, I put it in the dog toy section, so it was right outside my door. So and it's purple and pink, and there you go. No endorsement.
Purple. Nice effort, says the Scorekeeper. All right, Eric O'Shea, what do you have there? That is.
I have a Jelly Belly, and I don't know if it's grape or yucky vomit, so I'm going to find out right now. Excuse me. It was vomit. Excuse me.
Rutabaga.
Oh, all right. Well, okay.
Do I get points if I eat this?
Am I doing anything odd?
So for speed, Bryan, you won for speed, but for story, Eric's got it. And Eric, I hope you're okay.
And for Eric, the story continues.
Okay. Oh, look, purple. Purple right there. Oh, that's I guess that's okay.
But,
Oh, look, the scorekeeper has an I thought that was Uncle Jesse from Full House there for a second.
You mean my roommate, Bryan?
All right, are you ready for your next go fetch item? Go fetch something that makes noise. Something that makes noise. Hurry up. Ooh, what do we have there?
Oh, Eric is fast.
Eric's fast today. What? All right, Eric, since you went first, you came back first, you have the speed. What is that?
I'll tell you what it is, guys. It's my guard retainer. And it still fits after 15 years. And I didn't wash it, so it tastes like morning bread.
Nope.
I don't know if you're supposed to eat Jelly Bellies and then put your retainer back in.
No.
No, but it's there right now, and it feels really good. Okay.
Oh my goodness. The scorekeeper is, I don't know. The scorekeeper did give you the speed, but all right, what do you have here?
This is a dinosaur of some kind, and this is my dog Kato's, and hopefully he didn't. Hold on, there it is. Whew. I didn't know if it made noise anymore.
Could have ate the noise right out of it. So close, so close. All right, scorekeeper. What do you? Who's getting points for that? So for story, Bryan, you only got a half of a point, and Eric, you got it for speed. So basically, Eric is a half a point ahead right now. Just saying. Okay. All right.
Show your work.
Are you ready for your next go fetch item? All right, ready?
Of course.
All right, get your fetch on. Okay, the next item you need to go fetch is something that is broken. Something is broken. Hurry, go get it.
Floss. It's floss. I broke it.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even tell you what you guys were playing for. That is so sad. All right. You are playing for Eric. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ryan's broken. He's not even back yet. He knows anyway. This is what you're playing for. The very coveted Rhonda Comedy hand sanitizer. 100% clean comedy. 100% clean hands with Rhonda Corey. That's the #1 prize that you're going to get. That's right. If you win this game. Okay. All right. So Eric was back first, and with his go ahead, tell your story, Eric. With your is that
it's dental floss, and you can't floss without breaking it off. Thank goodness for these night guards and dental things that I had on hand in the corner. And this show is also brought to you by Count Dracula. I'm trying to butter up the judge a little bit here. Count Dracula, judge, blah 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 blah.
Oh my gosh! What are you guys thinking in the audience? We need some comments from you guys to see what's going on. Bryan? What do you have there?
If you know me, I take care of things very well, and they last a very long time. So I broke this. I attempted to break it, but you can't really just snap a fork. It bent.
He does magic. That's
yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's see. We have a full point for your story, Bryan. We have a half a point for your floss. So as of right now, we have is that a tied score? No. Eric is still ahead with a whole
Eric has a
point.
commanding lead.
Yes, you are in the lead. Okay. This is
Hold
why
on a second. What would Eric do?
Or yeah.
Now I'm ready.
You get half a point for your loss. I've never heard that sentence before.
Because you only did the bottoms.
I can count one. You can count.
A book
How do you
by
choose?
the official scorekeeper.
Okay.
That's why you got an extra point, an extra half of a point, because you said the whole count.
There's pictures. It's a picture book.
It's a picture book. Okay. Are you ready for your next fetch item? To fetch. All right. Go fetch something that is special to you, that'll warm our hearts.
Oh, look. Oh, Judge, look. It's Clucky. Hi, Clucky.
Oh my gosh. Alice said she's laughing too hard to comment.
I know. Look.
Oh man, so similar.
He's gonna kiss you guys. Oh.
What is that?
Mine has
Bryan,
lipstick.
Okay. So what's your story, Eric, behind the rubber ducky there?
Well, I still bathe with Clucky when I'm scared of still bathe. Put the sign down, please, Judge. This is getting. How many things does he or she have prepared? Nope. Okay. Wait, look. Oh, I didn't know we did this. Judge, what do you think? Does this make any bit better?
So close.
No, but I bathe with Clucky. Nope. And well, I'm not going to convince the judge. And I'm not upset by it. Not competitive either. Go ahead.
Yes. Go here. That's not my stomach, by the way. That was my dog.
For the record, this is the second item because the item I wanted to bring told me no. I told my wife, "Come on," and she goes, I'm not going on that. I'm not going on the show right now." So it would have been my wife as something special, but now this is a hand carved Japanese horse, like a samurai horse that was given to me by my friend who lives in Japan. He's an older gentleman who came over here a long time ago for a foreign exchange thing. And anyways, he gave this. There's actually two of them. I couldn't grab both of them. There's a red one also, but very cool, very one of a kind. As you see here, I do not bathe with it though.
That's good.
And it doesn't squeak.
Alice loves the ducky.
Hearing after the judge was giving Bryan all the I just stopped listening. Go ahead. The judge was Judge, we're not done yet. Clucky. What's the red guy's name? Wembley.
Oh my gosh.
Wembley. Okay.
All right. So what does our judge say about that? Oh, the judge is laughing. The horse beats ducky is from our audience. And Tom.
You got a quarter point, Eric.
Oh.
Well.
And you're still ahead.
This is me like bowling. Go ahead.
I don't know if a quarter point has ever been awarded on this show, Eric.
No, I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
I'm going to play fourths. Go ahead.
All right, but here's a time for you to you can both plunge ahead. I don't know. All right, ready? Go fetch something that is wooden. Something
different than this. Okay. This is made of wood.
Yes. See, you shouldn't have. What's the matter, Jew?
Oh, that's a nice basket, Eric.
That is a nice wooden basket.
Don't even say wicker. Wicker is wood. I could burn this and it would burn.
Okay. Oh, we're all doing the wicker wooden baskets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, mine's full of stuff though. It's got $1 in there.
I ate all my fruit.
Oh, you're so Carmen Miranda. All right. All right. Well, what does our scorekeeper has? What do you guys in the audience have to say about the wicker baskets that are wood? Lame. Whatever. Lame. What do you say, scorekeeper? Yes. Okay. So yes for the wicker wooden baskets. And so Eric, it looks like Eric got the point, double points on that because you were first. And what's your story behind? I'm sorry, what's your story, Eric, behind that wicker basket?
Rhonda, you spoke too soon. Now I have to tell the story. No, the story is a special one. I've got 3 of them there, and the story is 2 are too big to fit on the screen. And actually, I used to put my little niece in one and carry her around, and she loved it. So I would use dental floss, also another prompt, got quarter point on, and I would drag her around in the basket, and she'd love it. It was like a little ride for her. Oh, thanks. I could be lying, but
that was amazing. Oh, loves the story. And you know what? You're getting extra points for that. And Bryan hasn't even talked about his story from his wicker basket yet.
You're all familiar with the story of Moses, right? Kind of has nothing to do with that. But anyway, so one day, like, we played an improv game called Basket Case, and I told my wife, I need a basket, and she gave this to me. That's the whole story. There's not a whole lot there. I apologize. Now it just collects stuff.
Though. I like his basket better than. Yeah, I like it.
It's a nice basket.
It's a good bread basket. There's a lot of good stuff in here.
Well, look at what the scorekeeper has to say about your story. Did you see what the scorekeeper said? I
see what the scorekeeper's saying. Oh, yeah? Scorekeeper? Right back at you. So there you go.
Look, also
just the scorekeeper.
Stress ball.
Oh, my gosh. So funny. All right.
I know.
Points for just by the wife. Your wife got points. Or you got a point for that diss story. That was points for diss for the wife. You got points for that.
I'll take it.
Nice.
They felt bad for you. The scorekeeper felt bad. Yeah.
They should.
Thumbs up. Okay, let's do it. Let's do one more.
One more?
The basket case sounds like a fun game. All right, are you ready? Let's do another. We got to do another one because I'm having fun. Please go fetch something that is outdated or obsolete. That's supposed to be obsolete. That's misspelled. Okay. Who was Charlie Chaplin? And all right. Oof. Okay. All right. So speed. Eric got the speed. And
Eric, you're fast.
All right, Eric.
Well,
tell us what's the story behind that.
About some secrets that I have for this. Go ahead. Anyway. Should I go?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Well, this is obsolete. This is called those old-fashioned nail clippers. No one ever uses. Please, is it a knife? Is it just something to hurt yourself with? No one sits there and files. Please, I'd rather bite my own toenails off while watching Family Feud than actually use one of these. So this is obsolete. No one really uses these anymore. We peel them with our hands. How'd I do, Judge? Oh, you do. You do use those. Okay. Well, looks like, no. Looks like I've lost a quarter point. Thanks, Judge.
All right, Bryan, what's your story?
It's not an erase board, is it? Oh, come on.
That's a first.
What do you have, Bryan?
So, and this is a good story, Scorekeeper. Listen up. So when we did our show, Rhonda, when you were in town, we did improv. And after the show, Tom said to me, hey, somebody left behind what do they call these?
Clipboard.
Clipboard. There you go. Do you want it? And I went, sure, I guess. So, you guys remember paper? Anyways, you would put paper here and it would hold it for you. And then, oh, there you go.
Oh.
So, pretty obsolete.
Look how obsolete that is then.
It's also a fan.
Oh, there's going to be a story for not to me. that Scorekeeper is a
again. Scorekeeper. I brought Rhonda into the story. I made it personal.
Wait, we're writing something. Sorry, brain.
Oh,
brain.
And you know what? Hope you use that floss after biting your toenails, Eric.
Alice,
all right. Well, we're gonna tally up the scores, but who is the winner? Eric, you have won the Rhonda Corey Comedy Hand Sanitizer. 100% clean comedy, 100% clean hands. This is valued at $5,500. Wow.
It's like Bitcoin.
Bryan, you were so close. So close.
I'm just happy to be here today. If I get through the book the second time here and I really learn the secrets, then maybe next time, Eric, you just watch out, buddy.
Oh my goodness. This has been so fun.
Using the hand sanitizer for the three of us, we'll each go when we go out and go get something to eat and get something to drink. So I'm sharing that prize with you.
I can't wait. I'm coming back. I am coming back to Arizona. I don't know if anybody's going to let me stay there. I took over Bryan's office. I drove everyone crazy, basically. But I don't know if they'll let me come back, Eric. I don't know. But I'm gonna go back. Yeah.
Open the border here. Trust me.
Listen, we do have to talk about who's going to be on next week's show. So, okay. Alex, who do we have next week? Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Next Tuesday. It's going to be so much fun. My guest host will be radio personality Courtney Kelly. Chewy can't stand it. He's so excited. And we are going to be featuring comedian Scotty K. And guess who's back to share one of his special dishes? Chef Boy Aceto, Ace Aceto, is back with us next Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So make sure you join us next Tuesday. This has been such a fun show. I just want to bring up the follows too. If you want to follow Eric OShea, and you should, you can do so at ericoshea.com. His Dry Bar special is just go to Dry Bar Comedy and look up Eric OShea. He's Eric OShea on Facebook, Eric OShea Comedy on Instagram. And don't forget, get his book, The Richest Comedian You've Never Heard Of. It's on Amazon. You can do that right away. He might even send you some free floss. Who knows? You can also follow Leslie Robb. We want to follow Leslie. Definitely follow her. LeslieRobb.com. She's Leslie Robb Comedy on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you should check out Leslie's YouTube channel by visiting LeslieRobbComedy.com. You can get there that way, or you can just go to YouTube. Also, Bryan Kahatsu. Well, don't forget to follow him. Bryan Kahatsu Comedy on Facebook, Bryan Kahatsu on Twitter, and on Instagram, Bryan Kahatsu on YouTube, and BryanKahatsu.com, I believe is his website.
Yeah.
And
yes.
All the follows are right there in the comments. You guys, it's been great. I don't want to let you go, but you can hang around in the green room for the after show fun. Actually, I don't know. All right, ready? I want to thanks to my scorekeeper. Thanks to Eric, Leslie, Bryan, and of course, my amazing audience. And episode 92 is out.
I will hold, I will hold, I will hold. Yeah. Ain't no man. Said a lot of things that don't amount to nothing.